What if time isn't what you think it is? Imagine a hidden map, carefully guarded, that reveals why our lives, our technology, and even our universe seem to be speeding up. This is the secret time map they don't want you to see, and it could change the way you understand reality itself. We usually think of time as a steady march forward, 1 second, 1 minute, 1 hour at a time. But what if it's not? What if time isn't steady at all, but instead speeds up and slows down in ways we've never understood? Some theories and ancient clues suggest that time works like a dynamic map, with certain hotspots where everything accelerates. Think about how fast technology is moving, how quickly trends change, and how life just feels like it's speeding up. Could this time map explain it all? And if it can, why is it being kept from us? Let's look at each of these secrets in detail. 1. The fractal nature of time. The time map shows that time isn't just a straight line. Instead, it's more like a fractal, with repeating patterns that get faster and faster as you zoom in. Have you noticed how history seems to repeat itself? Wars, revolutions, and big societal changes all follow similar patterns, but they're happening closer and closer together. Think about it. We've gone from horse-drawn carriages to smartphones in just a blink compared to human history. The time map might explain this acceleration as part of a pattern baked into time itself. It's like the universe is on a schedule, with certain moments set aside for massive changes. If time really does work this way, then understanding the time map could let us predict when these big changes are going to happen. It's not just about seeing the past, it's about getting ahead of the future. 2. Technology's rapid growth and the time map. Ever feel like new gadgets and ideas are popping up faster than you can keep track of? That's not just in your head. The time map shows that technology doesn't grow in a straight line, it explodes in waves. Think about how long it took us to invent the wheel versus how quickly we got from the first airplane to landing on the moon. The idea is that these bursts of innovation happen at specific points on the time map. They're not random, they're part of a bigger pattern. If we could read the map, we might be able to predict the next big leap. And here's the kicker. We're heading toward a point where change is happening so fast, it's almost impossible to keep up. This is what some call the singularity, a point where technology grows faster than we can even understand it. The time map could be the key to figuring out how to handle this explosion of progress without losing control. 3. Why time feels faster as we age. Have you ever wondered why time seems to speed up the older you get? When you were a kid, summer felt endless. Now, a year flies by in what feels like a month. Scientists usually say it's just how our brains work, but the time map suggests there's something bigger going on. The idea is that, as we move through life, we're also moving through a part of the time map where things are naturally speeding up. It's not just your imagination. The density of events in time is actually increasing. You're not just noticing more, there's more happening. If we could understand this part of the time map, we might be able to slow down our perception of time or use this acceleration to make better decisions. What if we could control how fast time feels, instead of just letting it control us? 4. Ancient civilizations and time secrets. The Mayans, the Egyptians, and ancient Indian cultures might have known about the time map all along. Take the Mayan calendar, for example. People thought it predicted the end of the world in 2012, but what if it was actually marking a point on the time map, a moment of acceleration? These ancient cultures didn't see time as just ticking away. They saw it as something alive, something that could speed up or slow down depending on cosmic cycles. Their temples, rituals, and even their myths might have been ways to align themselves with these cycles. They weren't just tracking time, they were working with it. If they were right, then we've forgotten something incredibly important. And if we can rediscover it, we might unlock the ability to handle the rapid changes we're experiencing now. 5. Quantum physics and time's hidden layers. Modern science might finally be catching up to what ancient civilizations hinted at. In quantum physics, particles don't follow the same rules as the stuff we see around us. They can be in two places at once, or seem to know what another particle is doing, even if they're miles apart. What does this have to do with time? Quantum experiments suggest that time might not flow the way we think it does. Instead, it could be layered or multidimensional, with certain layers moving faster or slower. The time map could be a way of understanding these layers, showing us how events are connected across time and space. If we can tap into this understanding, it might open up entirely new ways of living. Imagine being able to jump between layers of time, or using the map to predict outcomes before they happen. 6. How culture is changing faster than ever. Think about how quickly trends come and go. 10 years ago, no one was talking about TikTok or cryptocurrency, and now they're everywhere. This isn't just because of the internet. It's part of the acceleration marked on the time map. Cultural shifts that used to take centuries now happen in years. Ideas spread faster, but that also means they disappear faster. The time map might show us how to keep up with this pace while still holding on to what matters. If we're not careful, we could lose sight of our roots as we race toward the future. By understanding where these cultural accelerations are happening on the time map, we might be able to balance progress with preservation, making sure we don't sacrifice what makes us human. 7. The Great Filter and Time's Challenges. Scientists have long debated the Great Filter, a hypothetical barrier that prevents civilizations from reaching advanced stages of development. What if the time map suggests that this filter is not a singular catastrophic event, but the very acceleration of time itself? As technological, environmental, and societal challenges pile up at an unprecedented pace, they create a bottleneck that becomes harder to navigate. Take climate change as an example. Solutions that would have taken decades to develop must now be implemented in mere years. Similarly, overpopulation compounds resource scarcity at a rate that outpaces traditional problem-solving methods. The time map might show us how these accelerating challenges are interconnected, offering a way to approach them strategically rather than reactively. Understanding the time map isn't just about predicting future events. It's about learning how to adapt to a rapidly changing reality where every decision carries more weight. By decoding the map, we might uncover methods to slow down the consequences of acceleration, giving humanity the breathing room needed to survive and thrive beyond the filter. 8. Hotspots on the time map. Certain moments in history, like the Industrial Revolution or the invention of the Internet, seem to act as temporal hotspots, where the pace of change intensifies dramatically. These hotspots mark periods when small innovations or decisions cascade into massive societal shifts. The time map might help us understand why these tipping points occur and how they shape the trajectory of humanity. For instance, the Industrial Revolution wasn't just about machinery. It fundamentally altered how humans interacted with time, speeding up production, communication, and cultural exchange. Similarly, the Internet compressed time further, allowing information to travel instantly and reshaping every aspect of modern life. If we're living in another hotspot right now, understanding the map could help us anticipate the next seismic shift. Rather than being overwhelmed by these changes, the time map could serve as a tool for preparation. By identifying future hotspots, we could harness their potential, turning periods of chaos into opportunities for growth and progress. 9. Ethical questions in a fast-paced era. In a world where time seems to be speeding up, decisions that once took years are now made in days or even minutes. But this acceleration raises serious ethical questions. Are we considering the long-term consequences of our actions, or are we too focused on immediate results? The time map might provide the perspective needed to slow down and think critically about the paths we're taking. Take artificial intelligence as an example. Its development has surged in recent years, offering incredible potential, but also raising concerns about privacy, inequality, and control. Similarly, advancements in genetic engineering promise to revolutionize medicine, but carry ethical dilemmas about playing God. The time map could help us anticipate these dilemmas and frame them within the broader context of accelerating change. By understanding where we are on the map, we might learn to balance progress with caution, ensuring that the choices we make today create a sustainable and equitable future for generations to come. What happens next? If the time map is real, then we're heading toward an era where change is happening faster than we can keep up with. But that doesn't mean we're powerless. By studying the map, we can learn to adapt, anticipate, and even shape what comes next. The time map suggests that the future isn't set in stone. It's a path we can influence if we're willing to pay attention to the patterns and act decisively. The question is, are we ready? The time map challenges everything we think we know about time and change. It offers a way to understand why everything feels like it's accelerating and how we can navigate an uncertain future. If we can unlock its secrets, we might not just survive the future, we might thrive in it. If you have made it this far, let us know what you think in the comment section below. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.